KJ, I know that you've had a very recent, one of your most powerful visions. Can you share with us that last vision today?
Yeah. Honestly, one of the, not one, but the absolute most powerful experience I've ever had. So basically this was a dream, but it was real. I was on the earth. I was doing everyday things. And then suddenly it felt like a vacuum, almost like the way when you go to the bank and you put your money or whatever you're doing inside the little thing and it like vacuum sucks the container over. It felt like that with me. And in a matter of probably 3 seconds, I felt drawn up. I saw the earth get small. I saw these lights flying past me. And then it was like, boom. I was standing in this gigantic room. To my left, there was a huge pillar. The room was white. And to my right, 30 yards, I know 30 yards away, I saw this giant being sitting down on a throne. He was enormous. I tell people if he would have stood up, he would have been about the height of 2 telephone poles stacked on top of one another. And I would imagine he could have made himself larger or smaller. He can do whatever he wants. He's all powerful. But what I saw was this being seated down, and he was very still. He was looking forward, but at the same time, I knew that he was looking at me directly. I'm sitting here looking at this being. He had on a robe. He had on a sash around over his shoulders. Now, this thing, I never seen, this thing was purple and like a royal blue, and it was moving. The colors were moving in it. It was like they were alive, and it was like changing. It was like changing colors from purple to blue. It's like royal, like kingly. Had a crown on, and on the crown, it had jewels all the way around this crown. He had white hair. White hair was like wavy and curly at the same time. It came down kind of like Jesus was, like underneath the ears. And his face was, I couldn't see facial features. It was like light. But it's not what grasped me. What grasped me was at the base of this throne of this enormous being, there was a cloud all the way around in a circle, all the way around him. And it was shooting out lightning bolts in every direction. And this intrigued me. And I'm looking at this. And then it went from the lightning bolts that went off for a little while. And then it inverted and it turned into this raging fire. And it was all the way around. When I saw the intensity of this fire, suddenly this fear hit me. And it wasn't the kind of fear like I felt when I saw these things in hell. This was different. This was a fear like, I am not supposed to be here. Like, I'm not supposed to be here. And I went and I hid myself behind this pillar. All right. The moment I did that, this incredible peace and strength came to me, and I stepped back out, confidently stepped back out, still unsure too. Stepped back out, and oh man, I stepped back out and I looked at this being. And without saying a word, my lips never moved. Something came from the deepest part of me, of my soul. And this is what I said. I said, hey, Dad. And then when that came out, I turned around like this, like, where did that come from? It was like God pulled that out of me. And he was like saying, this is who you really are. This is how I see you. Because at that moment in my life, like I said, I've been struggling like, am I good enough? Am I good enough? And I think many people struggle with that because they want to be pleasing to the Father, but they don't fully have an understanding yet of how his love and his acceptance is. And so this is what God gave me. When I said, hey, Dad, it came from the deeper part of me. And then the response was this invisible wave came from him. And I remember it moving and bellowing over towards me. And it was incredible because it was a whole bunch of stuff was said without saying a word. But the gist of it was, you are mine. You are fully accepted. And it was like, you belong to me. And it just filled me with this warmth and this incredible grace and strength and acceptance, like you are totally accepted by me. So because like I say, that had been something I've been struggling with, and to this day, I still have to wrestle with and battle with that. That's my thorn in the flesh to keep me humble. So in that moment, this is some of the things I really remember about that moment. The cleanliness of this place that I was in. When I say not just like, sweeping and mopping clean, but it was a cleanliness in the atmosphere. It was a cleanliness in the spirit, in that there were no negative thoughts, emotions, feelings, any of those things. No intrusive thoughts. Nothing was there. It was completely gone and eradicated. And it was strange to me because of we're still here on earth. Like, you could have a good time. Like, you know, the Super Bowl was yesterday. You could have a good time with friends or with family, and everybody there is somebody that you care about and you love. But even in your mind, you might be thinking, wow, why did she wear that over here? Why does he have those shoes on? Those kind of, even those tiny, small, insignificant things, they don't exist there. They're completely gone. Heaven is going to be this amazing, incredible place that you don't want to miss. You don't want to miss. Jesus paid such a steep and strong sacrifice, a steep and costly sacrifice, giving his life. God gave his son so that we can know him, so that we can have fellowship with him, so that we can live with him for eternity. He has a place for us. He's prepared a place for us, and he's about to come back. We got to be ready. Stay vigilant, diligent, steadfast, unmovable, always abounding in the work of the Lord. We have to stay focused and ready. He's coming back, rapturing the ones who are paying attention, who are watching, who are praying, who are hungry and desirous of him. That's who he's coming back for, man. So I just wanted to share that with you. It's a lot more, but I thank God for the opportunity, man.
I thank God for your story. I thank God for you for sharing today.